getting set to go. USC team with dreams of making it to the Final Four for the first time in a long time. It was back in 1986. Step one is to make it to the Sweet 16 and the opening tip. Watkins, elite defender to go along with her elite offensive game. Iriafen out on the Shields. The Shields trying to use that speed. One thing I'm noticing just sitting here courtside, different intensity level for USC on both ends of the floor.
They are locked in right now. And I'll go back to it. They were off almost 2 weeks before the game Saturday. Today there's no rust, and they've started quick.
There's Russell, 10 on the shot clock. Iriafen on the switch. Tied it up, took it away. More great defense.
Well, we talk a lot about Juju Watkins, but here's the bottom line. This freshman class, and we're seeing the 1-3-1 defense from State now for the first time.
There's Kiki. Soft touch on the jumper. 28-8 game after one quarter. Good start for Mississippi State, but Iriafen going to add to it and have a chance at the free throw line.
Right now, it's Mississippi State that just looks shell-shocked.
9 now for Kiki.
They're struggling in the half court. Try to turn SC over in the full court.
Iriafen, beautiful. Iriafen on the turnaround. That's the thing.
And now they're doubling the low clock because once again, Poe gives up size to Kiki.
Bulldogs playing that way here in the second quarter. They've outscored USC 15-12.
With how SC refocused and their energy level shot up. Get out and run in transition.
Good catch and finish. USC hoping to move north of here to Spokane. Plays like that.
Well, I'm not promising 41, but she's at 19 now, and she's not done.
She's got the look in her eye like she wants 41, and she's got the ability to get there. McFall knocked out of her hands. Howell tries to grab it. She's got Kiki on her left, and now USC will settle things down. But Kiki, after the pass, cuts to the basket. Count it, and the foul. So Denham the Shields now has 3. Rhea Marshall back there. There's Jordan. Jordan with the fake. Jordan has attempted some tough shots today, and Mississippi State can't save it. They have 21 assists on 22 made field goals, and Kiki's got 2 more. Against UNC Greensboro, off the miss. Here's Von Oelhoffen. And back all alone is Kiki. To Okot on the turnaround, a little too strong. Akawafo, the rebound.
Still again by who else but Kiki.
Kiki with the left, the finish. 31 points today. Kiki's family enjoying it all with the 31 points, a new season high as we start the fourth quarter. Samuel sets for an open 3. Halfway down, guess who's got the rebound? Guess who's got another bucket? And a chance for a three-point play.
She's got the look in her eye, and she is just active. Mississippi State comes out in the zone, the skip pass, and on the shot, no one rotates to find Kiki. Right place, right time. Another 2 points. 27 assists on 30 made field goals.
Samuels can't get it, but guess who's got it? With 2 more and a timeout called by Mississippi State.
We see a standing ovation here for Kiki Iriafen. She put this team on her back, and this was an adjustment emotionally.
The Trojans onto the Sweet 16 again.
Madison Scott with a hand in her face. And now again USC running. That one is kicking it to the corner. That 3 won't go for the freshman Smith. The offensive board and a chance here for Iriafen, who puts it in. Plus the foul. Rebound secured by USC. Gathering inside, Iriafen. There's Watkins. Watkins loses the handle, had 6 turnovers in that first half. Iriafen.
Really well timed.
Nice inbound. Here's Von Oelhoffen, had foul trouble in the first half with 3 personals. Iriafen pushed out by Jacobs. Iriafen, wow. And I heard it all too closely in Italy a couple summers ago. Whenever I hear it, I think of Jason Bourne.
Yes.
Iriafen.
Trojans quick. Von Oelhoffen to Marshall. Back inside Iriafen. Shea fights a defender off. Won't go. Iwachukwu up with it. Another offensive board, and Iriafen lays it in. Smith open in the corner. From 3. Off back iron. Iriafen fights for the rebound. Up with it. She lays it in. Iriafen at the nail. Heckle's open for 3, but she passes it up. Nifty find inside.
Especially coming off of an injury. It's just been so exciting to see her really put on a show today here.
Finds Heckle top of the key. Von Oelhoffen, space for 3. Too strong. Iriafen off the window. The putback is...
Haven't converted on too many opportunities. We'll look to improve that as the game goes on.
Von Oelhoffen, cross-court pass. Smith, the corner 3. Iriafen there. Off the glass. Count it. Combine her with Juju Smith, Rhea Marshall, etc. As Iriafen gets the bucket there.
At the start of this third quarter, as they did at the start of the first.
Iriafen a 3. That one is good. Come out here and respect the game and be professional. The Melbourne, Australian native getting her first scratch. Iriafen baseline J. Watkins the hezzy. In deep. The step back. Fall away, no. Iriafen there in the putback.
Something like it yet this season, and it's just devastating.
Iriafen flashes to the elbow, puts it on the deck, right down Broadway, left hand, good.
Their 4th.
Iriafen, the nice steal, the bucket and the foul. Here's K9 over to TVO. Down low, Iriafen, the pitch ahead, Von Oelhoffen. Iriafen, nice spin move, uses the left. The full court pressure of USC has really changed this game around. Here's Iriafen off the feet, but unable to continue those efforts. Looking for somewhere to go. Marshall calling for it and gets it. Out to Iriafen. Between the circles, knocks down.
So it's Kaylee Heckle and Kennedy Smith to her main assignment. Meantime, Rhea Marshall in attack mode. Other side in South Bend. Hidalgo now up to 20 points. Meantime, Iriafen, she led the country in steals a season ago. She's at that top spot right now so far.
3 of their next 6, they're playing top 10 teams.
Iriafen.
Trojans losing to Notre Dame in a terrific game at the Gainer Center. Iriafen. Bottom. Still sitting in this zone. Seton Hall trying to pack the paint. Irifen's not going to miss from there. Avery Howell. Rhea Marshall dumping it down to Kiki. Women's college basketball with us on True TV. Kiki Iriafen. Howell kicks it to the corner. Von Oelhoffen off the bounce, leaving it for Kiki Iriafen. Look for St. Louis to do some of that. Kiki Iriafen cleans up her own mess. She was 5 of 10 in their last game against Cal Baptist from 3. Oh, nice dish. Juju kicking it back to Iriafen off the bounce. Ooh, hello. Now they have Juju Watkins playing at the high post in their zone offense. Double team doesn't matter for St. Louis winning this quarter 22-15. The empty possessions that USC has forced St. Louis into. Avery Howell off the bounce, too strong. Iriafen, another and one. Tenaciousness of it all. Under a minute to go before the fourth quarter. Iriafen stepping through. All that was that one home in the nets. It's her 3rd triple of the game. Iriafen at the cup. Watkins. Oh, I thought she was going to step back behind that line to shoot. I leaned back. I thought the same. Loves to defend.
Good spacing right now for USC. Iriafen inside. Lancers, a team making it to the NCAA tournament a season ago. They were knocked out by UCLA. How about that? High-low.
Creating space to get CBU on the board.
Stops with 7-0 start for USC. 5 minutes left in the third. Iriafen. Perfect seal off. Iriafen again. Using her strength on the bridge. Gonna push and bring it up. One little hesitation, and that made
Iriafen all the way to the cup and scores. Wasn't there. Juju will drive and kick. Samuels, 3, not there. Ooh, look at that board by Iriafen, what she does best. You need points if you're Oregon, and that was a wasted opportunity.
Oregon Opening up the zone, and wow, you get the stop, and then you don't get the board.
Watkins steps back, rimming out. Another and one situation. Marshall will square. Marshall, extra pass, mid-range game is there.
Kelly Graves saying we need 6 to 8 threes. Right now they have 1. Oh my goodness. And this Oregon team knew offensive rebounding, a big strength of USC's.
Layup, Iriafen.
And I think the key to that is you hit a couple of shots right off the bat, and immediately you're feeling like you're in your game. As high, low, and the finish. USC with 4 blocks, 3 steals, and just 1 foul. And Alton Waffo headed back to the training room as inside is 4 off those turnovers, so they've been able to take a little more advantage. Iriafen, give the she wanted to post up inside, not going to get it. Marshall trying to get a little closer. And Iriafen.
A little lucky on that possession. The back door was open, but Fresno State couldn't hit the pass.
Hoffman, one-on-one inside Iriafen. How about an and one?
The wall of defenders for SC, and it's hard to get fouled when you're not being aggressive into the lane.
Iriafen, just the effort it takes to get an offensive rebound. She fought off 2 defenders to keep that ball alive, and now lefty layup is good.
Shot clock dwindling. Samuels, Iriafen, and knocks it down. Picked up by pass. At the elbow is Iriafen. Iriafen off the bounce. Taking care of the basketball for Elon, and that has reared its ugly head here in the early going in this one. Iriafen, another mid-range J, I think a beaut. Heckel, right back to Iriafen. Jab step, mid-range, good between the circles. Heckel on the attack, looking. Iriafen, she's got a little one on her and takes advantage. Watkins in transition. The runner gets a bounce, but it comes off. Rebound is out to Heckel. Leaves it. Oh, what a feed. She found Iriafen. Samuels. Iriafen. Going to put it on the bounce. Iriafen across the lane. Attacking baseline. Iriafen. She loves driving with that left hand.
Confident step right now with the ball. Off the double. She gets it to the foul line, and 2 for Iriafen.
Cut this a little closer.
Well, that miss is almost like a live ball turnover. This time she finishes. Kiki Iriafen.
If she got her.
Iriafen knocked it down. Line drive.
Regardless of circumstance.
Her team has another Iriafen jumper.
We started to see some go through, and for UConn, just an excellent sign.
Iriafen trudging down the lane. Kiki Iriafen. Iriafen won't take the 3. Kennedy Smith. Iriafen right into Strong, and 2. Got it free to reset the offense. Iriafen swinging the ball and scoring.
Who continues to impose their will with the attention the others get.
Right into one another. Iriafen again.
She's the quarterback. She's the floor leader. They need her on the floor to make them push. And she gives you 15 points a game.
Watkins shot block. Marshall follows it up. Iriafen follows that up. Around the back. Smith, no. Put back. Iriafen. Off to Iriafen, who's back in there. Slicing in. Easy 2 for Iriafen. Watkins attack mode. Howell. Rebound. Iriafen. Put back his hands. Iriafen and Marshall bring the energy for this USC team. The veteran leadership, in particular, Iriafen.
What goes into scouting and game playing against Juju Watkins? You have to ask yourself the question.
Different challenges hanging around in a hard-fought game, but then USC's found the answers late. Iriafen.
Inside, takes a little punishment. Oh boy, changes gears. Look at the block from behind. Petrie, and there's the mop up.
Close off those open spots.
Heckel leaves it. Footwork is true.
Georgia Tech team, and they stayed right with them on the boards. A very long team as well.
Iriafen blocking Markowski. Inside, all the footwork and taking contact. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Iriafen drills it.
How were they guarding defensively? How were they guarding both on the inside, but also especially on the ball? And she's really liked their effort. There's some effort right there. You know, the 3-point defense a season ago, they've got the majority of that team back. and they are a tough defensive team.
Tremendous leader for this team as well. Big part in recruiting these 7 transfers. Haylene Schmeichel, now 0 for 6. Iriafen, a great train.
Fins were cold players of the week in the Big Ten this week.
Marshall slipping underneath the defense. The second chance right there. Marshall 7 rebounds in that first half. Watkins dancing with her defender. Iriafen, the energy on the side of the Terrapins to close the third quarter.
We're looking for some momentum plays.
Iriafen.
They love that elbow entry and then that weak side screen trying to free Juju Watkins, and Cheyenne Sellers right there.
No stopping that. And Hackle again will push. Smith will kick it to Marshall. Deep post up for Iriafen. Too much power.
Another Big Ten matchup is underway. Survey looked at the basket. USC has not played in over a week. Iriafen, and USC can regain the lead on this possession. Marshall to Iriafen. Iriafen attacks, has 2 on her, doesn't matter. Nothing for Iriafen. She asks for it back. Goes to the face-up game. USC has got to make the chippies.
Yeah, I mean, 46 points. That is where Indiana wants to keep USC. They want to keep the score lower.
Game still within reach. Still got to stay locked in. There are those layups. Keep away by USC. That might do it. More threes going up for the Trojans.
Iriafen a little bit happy from three-point land in the first. And there's another.
Iriafen just takes the basketball away and scores it. You see USC continuing to go to the middle. Iriafen just pounding.
Big Ten freshman of the week.
And Kiki Iriafen just takes it off the backboard. The steal. Looks ahead. And the quick passes. Iriafen, that is a 3, folks.
There's just heavy pressure wherever Minnesota looks.
When you can tell the Trojans are pushing the pace. She's going for 2. Echo, entry pass into Iriafen. She faces up at mid-range.
She can switch out onto a guard. She is more than comfortable defending on the perimeter. She is up to 14 points, both her and Iriafen leading all scorers with that total.
Here comes Iriafen, face-up game.
Right now, they can't stop her moves. They're not blocking her out.
Yeah. Smith, spin move, runs into traffic. And Iriafen saves the possession. The extra. I do an air quote small ball lineup that we expected from USC. Kiki Iriafen.
I'm always struck by her knowledge of how much she can impact the world. Iriafen, smiling on picture day.
Oh, hey, listen, it's business.
On the other end.
That they want her to see a crowd in the paint. And that she did on that last possession for sure.
Well, her family in the crowd wanted the continuation. Iowa just might do this. Takeaway. Iriafen, a huge turnover.
And if you recognize that face, it's because she spent a lot of time on the sidelines at UConn. She's also the head coach at Boston University. Nice find to Iriafen.
Kiki Iriafen and her engineering degree. Clarice Akunwafo is on a pre-med track. She wants to be a doctor.
Defense leader.
Yeah, it's a kind of a box and one look here.
Mosley wants her to look for a little bit more. And Iriafen drop step score. Kiki handling it herself. Spin move and score. She's 6'1" among the trees. And that's going to be on film.
Ohio State try and just disrupt the offensive flow.
What position for Iriafen, and she's
Those type of shots, just because they're not going through.
another lob and another deuce. Kennedy Smith, a willing shooter, will lob it instead. Iriafen, it did.
That right side penetration.
Know your scouting report.
KYP.
Iriafen for two. This is the ball is loose, picked up and thrown ahead. Here is Watkins, who thought about the pull-up, had Iriafen the whole way off the juggle. Hit ahead, Von Oelhoffen. Iriafen off the jab for two. It's kind of just wear you out, though, when there are three players surrounding you at all times, basically. Iriafen knocks it down. Watkins for Howell. Corner tray. No. Iriafen claims another offensive rebound. She goes to work and scores.
Remember, she forced the turnover. Now they go to Iriafen. One-on-one, like clockwork. Wafo. Tremendous post defense. Iriafen deep down and career high continues. In terms of blocks, she's got 7. And then the assist. Time is on the Trojan side. Von Oelhoffen steps through. That's the offhand. Iriafen, big rebound.
So they've been working with her and elevating that release point a little bit. Dump down into Iriafen. Avery Howe kicks it to Kaylee Heckel. Two great freshmen off the bench. Airmails the three, but Kiki coming up in next week's poll. Marshall looking for Iriafen. Big to big. Iriafen on the pass from Von Oelhoffen. Short there on a great move by Delia Daniels. Iriafen running the other way. USC.
In the pregame show on Big Ten Network, she's one of the most exciting players in this conference for that reason.
Kiki Iriafen. Legitimate chance to win a national championship.
She's from the city of LA, kind of coming home from Stanford.
And she gets her.
Xavier Sellers on Kiki Iriafen.
Iriafen face up.
The two top scoring teams in the Big Ten. Iriafen down low, gets her own rebound. Second chance points is one of the. They don't always go to the rim in transition. They waste no time pitching it ahead. Iriafen, she's 2 for 6, but over 50% from the field. Kiki Iriafen also very efficient.
Defensively, we have to take better care of the basketball, and when we get those turnovers, time able to slip one through for 2.
Watkins looked at the rim. Iriafen back to back.
Simmons to go to carry it.
A try from the elbow. And Iriafen.
they play, how they've shown up, and it matters.
Smith in the passing lane, picks it off. Iriafen filling the lane. Cannot afford that here in the third quarter. Although USC has had substantial foul trouble, Iriafen
Hitting some layups, which they have put themselves in good positions that they've just not seen fall.
Iriafen, Watkins on the gas pedal. Generally travel. Iriafen, oh my!
But we just haven't seen the consistency of them getting the quality of looks that they're used to.
This last time out, she's been huge. Iriafen bulldozing through, no whistle, and she's got two on a reverse. Rice did not get the bounce, and Iriafen snares the rebound and goes streaking down the floor. She wants to do this herself. Iriafen possessed. Got it!
Yeah, and we said this too, just remembering the foundation.
Whenever Chesky tried to go in, she tips the shot. She's such a presence, and without Rhea Marshall.
On Watkins. Iriafen. Double teamed and scores.
Get some stops. Maybe get out and run a little bit if they can.
Getting some stops is going to be key, but when shots like that.
Juju Watkins, she'll have no help off.
Iriafen is so tough.
And everything that she has going on. There's so much going on in her young life.
Wonderful feed from Olhoffen to Iriafen. Vargasser is down, and Iriafen, another long two, another make.
Watkins and Garzone, the leading scorers for both of these teams. The Stars come out in big games.
My goodness.
Lay it all on the line, and what a great opportunity, like you said, for them to learn in real time.
It was a 20-point win for the Trojans in Los Angeles. Silas Swords did not play. And the Wolverines feel like they have a solid chance here, but the lob inside goes to Kiki, other side. And the rest of the Wolverines, not named Silas Swords, 3 of 12. There's Iriafen trying to get her offense going. The high post, Iriafen puts it on the deck, uses her muscle to the rim. Now 8 Michigan points off of those turnovers. Here's Watkins. Iriafen, second effort.
Have a lot of time, but she got it high off the window for that deuce.
Bodies falling, Iriafen.
Dribble handoff, pitch back, crack back action, and she couldn't get it to go.
Iriafen pounds her way in the paint.
She's so strong and effective.
Watkins fooling everyone, dropping the dome.
Stressing out this USC team, the #1 overall seed in the Big Ten tournament.
Iriafen cleans it up.
The documentary, she said her mom gets her hair properly created.
Iriafen
down in the mud. You gotta fight for that 50-50 opportunity, all those rebounds.
Iriafen,
something that's helped them down the stretch here. We see a zone look here for UCLA. They worked on it a little bit in the semi. Well, she leads the Big Ten in scoring. And Aaliyah Samuels picks the pocket. Iriafen with the finish. At her size, 6'7", able to turn and face and put it on the deck. Just a unique skill. Iriafen. Double digits, 27 of 29 games for Pats.
Eckel on the run. Little stop, start, can't finish. Iriafen for USC. Von Olhoffen up top to Marshall. Marshall couldn't get it to drop. Kiki on the follow. 2-on-1 here for Greensboro. The defense by Samuels. And Kiki back under the basket. Kiki inside for 2.
Sorry, her mom. And I just love it. At 10 years old, she just had this desire. She wanted to be great. And she called a family meeting to make sure that that would happen.
Dish to Kiki. Spinning, hopping into the lane. Everything but the basket that trip.
After they had 3 in the entire first half prior to these possessions. Iriafen, there it is. Asked her if she had a preference for where she lands in the draft, and she just said God's plan. Wasn't giving us any headlines. As Iriafen tipped off Sundell. 11 turnover
Iriafen again. With a couple of big mid-range jumpers in the second half the other night. Iriafen. Directing traffic. Guarded by Strong. Kiki fading and hitting. Waffo gives it up. Iriafen knocks it down.